receptor proteins are each specialized to interpret different signals from the environment and then relay that information back into the cell. When a chemical messenger, like a hormone or a neurotransmitter, binds to a receptor protein, like a key going into a lock, the receptor protein activates corresponding effector proteins inside of the cell, initiating a cascade of chemical reactions within the cell. These are called IMPs, or integral membrane proteins. This receptor-effector protein relationship in the cell membrane is how a cell perceives and reacts to its environment. A molecule in the environment binds to a receptor protein, an effector protein gets activated, and the chemical release inside the cell makes its way back to our cell's nucleus, where the DNA is opened up, so a new protein can be made in the process of transcription. All the functions of DNA depend on interactions with proteins. For example, within the chromosomes, proteins such as histones compact and organize DNA. These compact structures guide the interactions between DNA and other proteins, helping control which parts of the DNA are transcribed. For a gene to be expressed, a sigma factor protein needs to bind to RNA polymerase for it to split the DNA and be able to access the blueprint. Different sigma factors are utilized under different environmental conditions. These specialized sigma factors bind the promoters of genes appropriate to the environmental conditions, increasing the transcription of those genes. The genes chosen to be activated and synthesized into new proteins are the direct result of signals from the environment interacting with receptor proteins in the cell membrane. This is the molecular basis for the environment being the primary factor in biological processes. Understanding this complex interaction between environmental conditions and gene expression leads to a marvelous new understanding of biological development, where evolution is no longer a mindless game of chance based on random hereditary variants, but an interactive dance between organism and environment. Find out more at quantumuniversity.com and enroll in Dr. Lipton's Biology Leave course today.
You can stop that.
All right. That was twice.
Okay, so based on the science of epigenetics, it's proteins that takes the information to the cell and it tells the cell what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
The proteins, where do you get proteins from?
You get proteins from acid. Acid's protein. They say meat, but you get it from plants too.
Food
what do you mean, like the sun?
right?
The sun? I mean, what you mean, like the origin?
Yeah, so look, you get different types of protein from secretions of the glands based on diet, sunlight, water consumption, varying different factors. Okay. External factors determine what message the cell get, and the cell responds accordingly. Right? So all of the information that's activating all of the glands have to first start at the reticular formation. And then it's spread out through the brain like a giant electromagnetic network, right? So if you go to images and you pull up the electromagnetic body, it'll show you what the human electromagnetic body looked like.
Yeah. Or egg.
Yeah. You see the torsion field?
Yeah. I'm gonna save it for you. Say that one too.
Okay. We can go to them since that's what we're talking about right now.
All right, I'm gonna save it for you right now. And maybe we're gonna save that one and this one. I'm gonna pull it up for you. It's just like the Earth magnetic field too.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll pull this one up first.
Okay, if you look at this one, at the center of the torsion field, load up some more.
Oh, there you go. It was froze. All right, there you go.
You see the heart is at the center of the torsion field. Okay, so the hologram, for this to be accurate, the Earth got to be a torsion field too.
Right here?
Yeah. This is the electromagnetic grid, right? This is the inside of the torsion field. Go to the images and type in Earth torsion field.
Okay, I got you.
By the way, did you know if you flip the magnet and the compass, it'll orient to the south instead of the north?
Oh yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. Target. Yeah.
What you got typed in there?
Target field. Hey, spell target. Let me see. I'm spelling that right.
Spell tordial. T-O-R-D-I-A-L.
Oh, T-O-R. I had an A instead of I had an A instead of R. That's what it was. Man, A instead of an O. Here we go right here. Let's save that one. Let's save that one.
You go to them.
Let's save. Let me save one more. We'll save this one since it got all the different ones.
Black Girl Magic say, why they mad?
Why they mad?
Mm-hmm.
They mad because we on their ass. That's why they mad. How's these niggas doing it?
Okay, so look, this is the electromagnetic Earth fending off solar attacks. You see the red lights coming, red arrows coming in?
Right here.
The solar rays. And in response to Earth magnetic field formed what looked like the spider.
Yeah.
Right. But we want to go to the toroidal field. This one.
Yeah.
This is the toroidal field of the Earth. Do it side by side with the human.
Okay, I got you. Come on. There you go. Hold up. I got you. And then let me blow it up no bigger though.
That's good enough.
Okay.
You can see it. You can see the toroidal field of the Earth.
Yeah.
As above, so below. As within, so without. Right.
Yeah.
So you got a heart. See that heart frequency coming out.
Yeah.
Right. That has to link to the Earth.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah. That's why we need the women, because they link that to the Earth for us. Right. Okay. Now watch this. Go to the toroidal field of the sun.
Gotcha.
Just take off Earth and put sun.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get it. Let's say that one just in case. But I think it's gonna be the best one. It's gonna be probably this one. Let me say that was just in case. It's the sun one. Yeah, we're looking for one for the sun.
Then you're showing
it right here. I think this is one, but it just ain't.
What do it say?
It says magnetic field of solar outflow. Okay, yeah, okay, hold on. This might be it right here. But it don't got no good one that match. But this is a good one too though. Hold up. Okay, this might
I think that's it. 2 over
right
on the bottom row.
Right here?
Next one over.
Right here. Here.
No, the other way.
Right here.
Pass it.
Okay. Hold up. To the left, to the right.
To the right, one picture.
Right here. Let's say Mars.
That's Mars?
Yeah.
All right.
That's Jupiter.
You see they all got toroidal fields,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, everything got a toroidal field. So the sun's definitely got one that's giving out too, right? Okay, it might be is that it? Let me type it in like this. This might be it right here.
There it goes. Third from the right on the top.
I got you right here. I got you. Third from the right on the top, right here,
No, it ain't there no more.
right there.
No, go over to the left, right? Let me see that one. Is that the sun?
Yep.
That's it. You see it?
Yeah, I got it. Let me say this one too.
Uh-oh, that's Ritz. 3-star system.
They timing it up. See, look. That's a good one right here too. All right, that's a good one right here too. Showing you like the different angles of how it's working. So that magnetic, the earth get its energy to defend itself from the sun. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. It's the polarity of the frequency of the earth to sync it with the sun that causes it to produce the magnetic field.
Uh-huh. So the sun is protecting it from itself.
Yeah.
From itself.
Now, the sun is a toroidal field, the earth is a toroidal field, the human is a toroidal field, and every cell has a toroidal field.
Uh-huh.
Now, where we go to next, once we understand epigenetics and the fact that we in the field, and the field is a toroidal field, and every field produces a structure, a set order, right? So let's look at Tom Campbell. I'm about to send you
video,
and he give you a brief theory of everything, right? Okay. And this gonna help us understand the hologram a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, I just sent.
I got you.
Put all these links in the description for the people that are watching.
Okay, everything is okay in the simulator. Okay, I got you.
So you see right there where the sun, it looked like the fire of the sun was shooting at the earth.
Yeah.
That's when the EMFs, the frequencies, bring the upgrades. In order for the upgrades to work, the DNA has to be receptive to the energy. In order to determine if the DNA is receptive to the energy, the earth shoots off solar flares, SOS signals, to the beings on the earth. The beings on the earth DNA then begin to awaken. When the beings, the DNA on the earth awaken, then they begin to see the holographic nature of the construct. And the holographic nature of the construct is rooted in a unified field theory, the theory of everything. Right? Which takes us to Tom Campbell and his Big Toe. That's the name of the book, My Big Toe by Tom Campbell. That's the theory of everything.
As we live our life consumed with fear, it can be helpful to take a step back and look at the big picture of what's really going on here. In this quantum simulated reality that we inhabit, we've lived countless lives and will live countless more. And with this understanding, we can see the big picture and live according to it, instead of being engulfed with all the negativity, which is seemingly everywhere.
Yes, holding things lightly is a very important part of it. You know, if you see life as an experiment, you're in this life and you have choices, and you don't know the answers to all the choices. I mean, we don't come with an instruction book about life, and but this is your best choice here, and there's your best choice, and we keep looking for that instruction book. We read and listen to people and go to events, and we keep hoping to find that instruction book, but it doesn't exist. But if you hold things lightly, as you put it, that means that you really see life as an experiment. This could go that way, well, not necessarily. It could go some other way. This could be a good choice. It might be a bad choice, but I think it's the best choice. Still, we're going to do it and see how that works, and stay aware of what the results are. You know, just go through life with that kind of an attitude, is that you do the best you can with the information you've got. Pay attention to the effectiveness, and you know what happens. What's the result of that? And then make your next choice better informed because of the last choice. And if you go through life that way, then there's very little pressure. There's very little anxiety because you let things happen, as you say, and you approach everything with a positive attitude. There's nothing negative there. There's never any failure if you do that. It's impossible to fail. The worst thing you can do is the best thing that happens, which is you learn a lesson. Yeah, that makes life then a positive exploration through the possibilities. And if you can see it that way, then you'll be happy and you'll hardly have any stress or any anxiety about it because, yeah, well, okay, I do this and I think this is my best choice. I may die, but if I do, the rest of the people will have to deal with that, right? If it happens, then, my kids will deal with it. My husband will deal with it, it'll just happen. And life will go on for others and not for me. And I'll go get another life, try it again. It's not really a big deal. People have to deal with what they have to deal with. So you make your choices, say, well, I think instead of just staying home and seeing what happens, I'm going to go see a doc and see if there's maybe something they can do about it. Well, it's a choice. So then you go do that. And, then you make your next choice and your next choice. But being fearful about the unknown, being fearful about not making the right choice, making mistakes, being fearful about, that you would die and leave other people. And how would they get along without you? Well, they'd have to get along without you, and they would. And their life would go on, and, other things would happen. And eventually it's memory, and it's fine. So there really isn't anything that has to end up badly. And there's a lot of joy in that. There's really nothing in life that has to end up badly. Everything's okay. As long as you are honest and skeptical and trying to do the right thing, then by definition, everything in your life is all right. Well, no anxiety. There that goes. No worries. None of that crunching away on stuff like Sarah, talking about, those are worries, things that upset you, things you're not at peace with, things you haven't let go of, and you grind on those things. They all go away if you can accept life that way. So I think you're right. That's a very short way of expressing kind of the right way to approach all of life. Things will take care of themselves. People will have to deal with what they have to deal with. Okay, everybody that, in your family now are all adults. You don't have any little children anymore.
Okay, you can stop it there. So what he's talking about is in the simulation, the right attitude changes the outcome of how you experience the simulation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you look at the doom and gloom, then you're going to be beat to death by the simulation. It's going to send more and more bullshit your way because you're stuck in that gloom and doom energy, which is magnetic to bullshit. Right? But if you change your outlook on life, right, and you don't look at it from a mortal victim perspective, they teach us to look at everything as a victim. As long as you're looking from it as a victim, you can't never get to the top because victims is feed for predators. Right? So when you understand that the tie to the game and how it's played, it takes away your anxiety for playing the game of life. You've been here before, you're gonna be here again, but you somewhere else.
Right.
Right. I think I got another one to send you.
All right.
What did I do with that video? Oh, I know where I sent it. Hold on 1 second, Alden.
All right. Take your time. Hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're in the building. Hit that bell if you're new to the channel. Like I say, if you don't receive a notification from us every day, come back and check with us. We putting something out every day. Like I say, we dropped the brother Rod Hayes Cash App in the links, man. If you want to show him some love, no problem, brother.
Click on that.
I got you.
This is going to break the game down as to how we perceive it. Watch these little kids talking with telepathy, and they're going to be explaining the game and how it's played and how
it's on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna have to
you can look it up through Google.
Huh?
If you put the link in Google, you can pull it up.
I'm trying to see how I'm gonna get it sent to my laptop. I might have to email it to myself real quick.
Oh, you got this. You're a master, self-raised master like
Oh yeah,
me.
I'm gonna get it right now. Okay, copy it. Boom.
So in
That's
this
good, man.
game, while we looking at, let's go over some more of the rules while you pulling that up. In this game, you find the smartest people that tell the story about how to see it. So you can bend your mind to that genius's perception.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's one of the rules. So all of the materials Baba was putting out, once I seen it, I can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I seen all of what Elijah Muhammad put out, Nation of Islam, the 5%ers, and the Moore Science Temple, I can't forget what they put out, because all of it becomes pieces to the puzzle that puts together the hologram that tells us the simulation's rules, and that we really somewhere else working here to experience different realities on this earth plane.
Make sure it don't freeze on me. Yeah.
So when you study all of the greats, you have nothing but the propensity to be great, because all you know how to do is think greatness. When you study in a history of pity and mercy or merciless abuse, and you become victimized by that post-traumatic slave disorder, right? Then you become the victim that can't do for themselves. And as soon as you learn to do for self, you overthrow the enemy that got their foot on your neck.
Okay, we gotta go to it'll be your videos. It'll be like this. Not videos. Hey, hit that like button, man. We in the building putting it down.
What you see in the comments, young elder?
Yeah, we about almost 2 hours in. We got about like maybe like 10 minutes.
Introducing the new skill PowerCore 20.
And we'll be 2 hours in. And people ask questions. Hold on, let's see if we can get the chat back up. Everybody saying, man, they got bomb, we dropping bombs, fire signs, jewels, we dropping jewels, man. They saying we put holding it down. Let's see if we can get this on loaded up here.
This is the description of the game from outside of Earth and how we're going to view it in other times to come.
Yeah, you know, we can get that shit pulled up. I told you.
Go to Earth? I did. I had to. I had that.
Can I blow it? Would it blow up bigger than it?
Right click and look for the
full menu action. Let's see if it's let me pull up full screen. That ain't gonna let me do it. We're going to watch it like
You
this.
volunteered to go to Earth? I did. I had to. I had family trapped on Earth. So tell me, out of everything you've ever done, what's the craziest experience you've ever had? That's easy. Earth. Earth? You went to Earth? I did. No way. You were a human? I was. Wow. Are the stories about Earth true? Were they really trapped on Earth? Some were. I know because I was one of the volunteers. Wait a second. You volunteered to go to Earth? I did. I had to. I had family trapped on Earth. But how could you get trapped on Earth? You had to be there to understand.
Hey, this right here, the video, right?
Remember anything.
Yeah, listen to her.
I mean, you wouldn't remember anything. I mean, you would have no memory of anything. You wouldn't even remember existing before Earth. What? How is that possible? It was designed that way. It was brilliant. To dive as deeply as possible into such ignorance, such darkness, and still find your way back to remembering who you were, that took true mastery. Wow. I still can't believe you went to Earth. Tell me more. Well, Earth had its own set of laws that everyone agreed to experience, like gravity. What goes up must come down, like linear time. Day is followed by night. Time? What's time? You know how when we think of something, it manifests instantly? Well, on Earth, there was a delay. The delay is what made Earth so difficult. Interesting. Time. So tell me more. Before going to Earth, you would choose your family, whether you wanted to be male or female. what race you wanted to be, the location on the planet, things like that. Oh, so you could choose your own character. Exactly. You would enter the Earth as a baby and be completely dependent on others to teach you the rules. But since nobody could remember the rules, they made up their own rules, based on fear and giving your power away to others. That doesn't sound like much fun. It wasn't for everyone. What did you do while portions of you were on Earth? I watched them. It was pretty funny. What was so funny? Here were these magnificent beings, playing the most unique and cutting-edge experience in the universe, and they were clueless. I tried to guide them as much as possible. Wait a second, you could communicate with them? Yes, but they couldn't hear me. I would show them synchronicities, or send them impulses to help guide them, but they couldn't see the signs. Why not? They didn't trust themselves. So is that why they sent out a call for help? Exactly. Is that when you went? No, I didn't go until later. The first volunteers, they had it the worst. What do you mean, had it the worst? Well, they killed them. What? They killed the volunteers. They killed them? Those on Earth couldn't understand what the volunteers were telling them. The idea that they were equal to the volunteers scared them. What were they telling them? Common sense stuff like, all the answers you seek are inside you. Everything I can do, you can do and more. So they killed them? And then they twisted the volunteers' message and created even more fear. What do you mean more fear? Like the message, God is inside you, was turned into, you are separate from God. The message, all the answers you seek are inside you, was twisted into, you can't trust yourself. And they believed it? It was out of control. How could they believe that? You had to be there to understand. Did you know they actually believed that they were the only intelligent life in the universe? Now that's funny. Pretty crazy, I know. So then what happened? The designers knew Earth was going to enter a section of the galaxy that humans had never experienced before. A
Listen,
section filled with a frequency that might be able to reconnect the human's DNA. What was wrong with their DNA? It didn't work anymore. The thing is, their DNA was how they connected with their higher self. So that's why your incarnations couldn't hear you. Exactly. But there was a catch with the new plan. Only those incarnated on Earth could tune in to these new frequencies. Oh,